Welcome back, everyone. Hello, week 5. Happy February. Happy Black History Month. Hello. So first and foremost, thank you to everyone that is subscribing, watching, commenting, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you so much, because all of this great information comes from the higher source above, who allows me to transmit it for you all, to allow you to have something to feed your mind with, feed your soul with, and just inspire you to continue to know that no matter where you are in life, no matter who you are, a mom, dad, parent, or you have no children at all, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't matter. So just a quick recap from last week. We definitely talked about real love with Sister Ava Muhammad. I'm reading her book called Real Love. If you don't know, a lot of the messages and teachings come from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who is being blessed to be able to share that knowledge with the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, who is where I learned my messages from, because I was born into the Nation of Islam through my mother. So thank Allah for that, period, because I'm at this age where I can see the difference of people that were born with morals, values, and ethics, and people that were not, and people that were born in a household with love, and people who were not. And that doesn't mean that I'm judging those people. It just means that I'm aware that I'm different, and I'm aware that I was born or created differently, and I can either fill in that void, or I can either fill in that happiness. However way you want to look at it. It could be negative on your end, positive on your end. Whichever way, I'm going to flip it to a positive is basically what I'm trying to say to you. So my favorite video, FYI, of last week was my video for last week, when I did the recaps and having the poems that I speak on there and that I create transmitted with my life and my family and love. I was very happy to be able to share that with you all. So note to self, if you don't get anything out of this video, you should get this. No matter what message that it is that you're transmitting, find something very creative to push through or push out to help you bring what it is that you want to see in the physical of what your mental is thinking, is that, if that helps you make sense. So like me, example, I like to talk about motivation, but at the same time, I'm very creative, I'm very diverse. So I'm learning how to create my passion with my purpose and allow them all to blend together, which would bring me joy. So I don't feel like I have to do YouTube. I don't feel like I have to talk to you all. I feel like I want to do YouTube. I want to talk to you all. I can't wait. I'm so full of energy that I want to just transmit it to all of you all on here. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and let everyone know about all of the positivity of the energy that you are feeling, that you're seeking. And if you want me to talk about something specific that you feel like I may not know or haven't heard, or you just feel like what you're going through is just you're the only one in that situation, please reach out to me. Let me know, because a helping hand, like a sisterhood, a lot of times we don't know, brotherhood, sisterhood, that we are all here for one another. And until we open up our mouth and share our story of what it is that we're going through, nobody else can't learn from what you're going through. And you won't be able to learn from what you're going through if you don't share what you're going through. So don't forget, to know me is to love me. And to love me, you must know you. And to know you, you must love you. And so on this path of finding myself, of who I am and the woman I am, a lot has come about. So today's topic for this bathroom break is change. And not the change in your pocket or that you throw at the bottom of your purse, or the pennies that you walk over on the street. I'm talking about the change that is in your life. Like, not for nothing, it's Black History Month. So, I mean, the change, like what you're seeing right now. You know what I'm saying? Compared to week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and like all of my other videos, I'm pretty sure that we are all aware right now. We can call out what we see, that you are seeing me change. You all, if you're here right now, congratulations. You are at the front stage of my growth process, and I am here. I am with my mind, my body, and my soul coming to you to let you know that I am giving birth to the woman in me. And I am so ecstatic to be here today to let you know that it's okay to accept it. You're going to have growing pains. You're going to want to cry some days. You're going to want to fight the feeling of getting out of bed. And you're going to want to give up probably every day. But one of the things that I'm here to tell you today on today's bathroom break, coming from Ambitious Queen, is to never give up. To always embrace change, no matter where it comes from, what it looks like, what it makes you think about. Because if you reject the process of what's happening to you, what you may have asked for may get taken away or may get lost because you're rejecting a process. And so let's acknowledge Black History Month. And today is February 1st. And I am making the commitment to post on Friday like I told you all I would. So kudos to me. With it being February and Black History Month, we also have to acknowledge a lot of leaders that have brought us to where we are today in society. Of 2019, living in America, having Trump as president, coming from having a Black president, Obama, and also with the transition of where we came from in life. You know, no matter if you're 15 years old, if you're 20 years old, if you're 30, if you're 50, no matter what age you are right now watching this video, I'm pretty sure that you are aware and that know that everything changes maybe every year, every 5 years, every 3 years, however. But you are well aware to know that history repeats itself and you can't erase history. So, I mean, there's not ever going to be another Muhammad Ali. There's not ever going to be another Maya Angelou. There's not ever going to be another Rosa Parks. So India Irie has a song out right now that I listen to on the radio, and she talks about that, like Rosa Parks had to stand up for us while what's her name? I'm sorry. Harriet Tubman had to create an underground railroad for us. Like, there's so many historians that and leaders that I would just want to just, name on here, but it's just so much that I feel like my purpose, I don't want to get past the topic, but my whole purpose on even talking about the leaders and change and Black history is we have to find out what the root is of why we are here, going back to our mindset motivation, number one. Number two, you need to find out what it is and who it is that you want to be, your character. Who do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be remembered by? So we're going to take a step to acknowledge the fact that my head is wrapped today. Right? Other videos, we all identified and know that I am Muslim, right? And a part of accepting the process is you're going to see something different every time. So the fact that I'm on here virally to tell you, like, this is what's happening, I'm okay with this transition, and when these things happen, this is how you act. So I know you're seeing the aftermath of it, but you didn't see the days when I was crying. You didn't see the days when my spirit was taken from me. So my point to say is addressing problem, solution, and result. I know you kind of feel like we're all over the place, but just to sum it all up, stick with me. But change for me means that even when I come on here to you all and help you all elevate your mind and give you the motivation that you need to find your goals and your passion and to at least create those rituals and those processes for yourself to follow your dreams and inhale that courage and exhale that fear, we have to identify with what it is that we want to be at in terms of our potential. Is it limitless or limited? And you want to create this environment for yourself where it's not what you see. And so I work in a corporate foundation to where today is Friday. Day one would be Monday for me of covering my head. I always wear scarves and things like that, you know what I'm saying, because I'm just a classy lady. But going through my transition and reading up on myself, I can't ignore the truth that I'm reading, And that's kind of what we do in society. Is like when we see truth, we run. And we're scared of truth, or truth hurts. And we reject the feeling of what we don't want to do because we think that if we make the decision not to do it, that we have some type of control over the result that will come. We need to get that out of our head. It's just like driving a car. When you get in your car and you want to drive somewhere, you know that you're going to your destination no matter what. So whatever reason is you get in your car, whether it is to go pick up your children from school, whether it is to go get a snack from the store, fast food, whether it is to go to the gym, whatever it is to go shopping. When you get in that car, you can only see a certain amount of feet before you while you are driving. You cannot see Burger King at the end of the road when you get in your car unless it's in proximity of where you are. However, you cannot see Millennium Mall when you're driving from Orlando and you're trying to get to the other side of town. You get what I'm saying? So my point to you is, if you just believe in where it is that you want to go and what it is that you want, trust the process. Trust the process and don't reject the idea of what it is that's happening to you. And I say this to you because, getting to the point, I was recently pulled into the office of my job and basically was told I was not allowed to wear my head wraps moving forward. And they didn't want this to be more so like a bad hair day or a fashion statement. And let's just pause for a moment and let me just say that I now realize my power. I mean, I already knew I was powerful, okay? I'm pretty sure y'all feel this energy, okay? I'm a very energetic being. But I now know my power on a whole nother level, to the point when I had to be asked to not cover my head anymore. And one of the main reasons that we cover our head in the Nation of Islam, being Muslim, is to protect the modesty and lower our gaze in terms of our beauty. Like, I am not my hair. And that was one of the stages that I went through of cutting my hair, which has helped me be on this journey of where I'm at right now. I would have never, ever came to wrapping my hair or even talking to you right now if I would have never went through the stage of cutting my hair. And if you go back to my other videos, you see that I started with shaving the side of my hair. Then I started a mohawk, and then I just shaved it all off. And then I wrote about confirming the need for a better me. And mission, confirming the need for a better me. Motive, to know me is to love me. And to love me is to know you. And to know you, you must love you. Like, I was so, strong on that. And I didn't know that I would be at this stage of where I'm at, because growing up into the Nation of Islam, you have to understand that I was forced to wear my head wrap growing up. I have friends that can attest to me having to wear garments and being uncomfortable, being forced into the nation. You get what I'm saying? So just a brief story, just to quickly get to the point. When you reject the process, you reject what it is that you're looking for. So now that I'm at this stage of where I'm accepting who I am, day 5 of me just wearing my head wrap consistently, because that was the only major thing that was holding me back. Because we live in a society where we look in the mirror several times throughout the day, and we judge who we see. Like, when you go and see somebody, the first thing you see on them is their face. Then you start to look at their features. Then you start to look at their eyes. Then you start to look at their hair. Then you start to think what they're mixed with. Like, I don't know about you, if that's just my perception, but that's what a lot of people do. Like, we start to analyze a person when we see them. So part of me covering myself up moving forward is to let you know that I am not my hair. I am not my eyes. I am not the color of my skin. I'm black, but you're going to have to get to know me and the rooted version of myself from me. Knowing my mind, opening up my mind. If you can't have an intellectual conversation with my mind, then there's nothing that we can talk about. Does that make sense? So change for me is, I went through a problem. And I think this is really relevant for Black History Month. It's really relevant for this YouTube channel, because I talk about change a lot, and what more than to use myself as an example. And the first day when I was told that I could not wear my head wrapped anymore, my emotions ran through me. And the rebellious side of me was like, who do these people think they're talking to? And then my emotional side was like, Justine, like, it's okay. You have to work. You have to make your money. Let's just conform to what society wants us to do, because this is not normal. So I was kind of stuck between the two. I was like, I just want to go along to get along, and I just don't want to cause any problems. And then the leader in me, the MGT in me, and the philanthropist in me, like, I have so much in me. The poet in me is just like, no, I got to stand up for something or I'm going to fall for anything, and I just can't be that person. So I'm at this process in my life where I am on a spiritual journey. And I think that everybody is on a spiritual journey as well. And I do not want you to ever reject the idea based off of someone else's opinion. And one of the most morally things that I respect about myself is that I've always looked at monetary things, job, survival. If it goes against my morals, my values, and my ethics, it's not for me. Because if you don't believe that the universe and God, Allah, is bigger than your job, He's bigger than the bank, He's bigger than anybody and what they have to say, then there's nothing we can talk about. Because if we don't understand the levels of status here, then you wouldn't be able to rule out unwanted opinions that don't pay your bills. So I say this to the people that don't know how to stand up for themselves, and I also say this to the people that know how to stand up for themselves. Because oftentimes, even as confident as I am, and I may seem, we may fall short to the emotions that we wear on our sleeve. So one of the things that I encourage everyone, as well as with myself in what I'm learning, is to rise above your emotions into the intelligence of thinking at all times. No matter what situation you're going through, look at it from an intellectual point of view and not your emotional point of view. And then you will begin to take yourself out of the situation and then alter your perspective, alter your mindset to think of the situation on a higher level of what it could be beneficially to you and others. So I say that to say, when I was approached to take my head wrap off and to no longer do that, I subconsciously was already feeling like, all right, day 3, I already did this, so tomorrow I'll just wear my hair regular. Because we are creatures of habit. We are creatures of rebellious. We just, for some reason, and I'm acknowledging this with you, like, I don't understand, like, how real I can get with you all, but no matter if it is something good that you want to start, what for beginning of the year, perfect example. Everybody wants to go to the gym in the beginning of the year. New year, new me, I want to work out. But slowly and slowly and slowly, everybody just stops going to the gym, stops working out, stops doing it. And this is natural. This is why I'm saying it to you. It's natural for us to say, we want to do this. We want to pick up a task. We want to pick up a habit, a hobby, or whatever. And we want to execute. We want to take off like the wind. If you're like me, you're like a go-getter. You're just going to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then we get bored. And then we get tired. We put it down. But if you're like me, you're a multi-potentialite. You know how to juggle all of the creative things that you have and put them all together. Because I'm the type of person that I don't like to throw away projects that I started. But I have a problem finishing projects that I start. So with me acknowledging that allows me to know where I can better myself. Does that make sense? So I think we have to look into our mindset motivation more in depth than what we feel and what we see, because all of this goes hand in hand. Like me talking about change, me talking about mindset motivation, me talking about me wrapping my hair and my job telling me not to do it. Moving forward to the next point. Emotionally, I wanted to react at my job, but logically, I can't do that because I still have to pay my bills. So what I did was went to HR, which I'm so thankful I did, because had it been 5 years, 10 years ago, which I will be sure to include the clip of me venting about how I felt on that day, because I wanted you all to feel the exact motion, because it was like, oh my God. So I'll be sure to include it as like a bonus or whatever. But if it was me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have popped off. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. I was never always positive as I am now. I would have had a hot head. But the great thing about me knowing who I am and the self-love that I have for myself, I am able to identify when people are trying to rattle my emotions to get a reaction against the character or against who I am or who I say I am. Does that make sense? So what I did was went to HR to confirm that I am allowed to wear what I'm wearing, which it is. It's against the law to tell someone that they cannot wear a head wrap on their head because I am going through a religious journey. However, moving forward, it's not something that you have to go and tell everyone because it's none of their business. You have a right to not say anything. However, I love the company that I work for because of reasons like that. My morals were at a high level to where I was like, I'm either A, not going to work here tomorrow, or I'm coming to work tomorrow with my head wrapped. And I was able to come to work with my head wrapped. And moving forward, today is day 2 of me having my head wrapped since then. And yesterday I was still down in spirit because I couldn't believe that I was even being talked to about me wrapping my head. However, today I was in better spirits because I walked in the building with confidence. And I know we're spending a lot of time on this. However, sorry, I have a cold, guys. Just to wrap up my personal situation to move forward to a lesson for you all. The problem was me not being able to get my way at first. But when I took a step back to analyze my emotions of why I felt that way, and then to logically look for the facts to help protect my feeling, I was able to remove my emotions to replace it with the facts to move forward to get to the next day to be as confident as I am now. Does that make sense? Because we go through a roller coaster of emotions. Every day I don't feel I'm so excited, I'm positive, I'm happy. Every day is not like that, you know? But in order to get myself to be like that every day, I have to, number one, create a ritual for myself. How am I starting my mornings? Am I claiming the first 20 seconds of my day? And if my day does start off bad, and if my morning does start off bad, how am I going to control it? Will I depend to go vent to others, or will I go vent to God first? Because sometimes we get caught up in doing that, as I mentioned in my last week's video. You can't go vent to Tom, Dick, and Harry about a problem that they can't fix. So once we acknowledge what it is that we're doing wrong, we can move forward. And hear me out, guys. It doesn't matter how your day starts. If you claim your intentions, no matter where you are, it's always capable to claim your day over and over again. For example, let's say my ritual was I woke up, which I do. I wake up at 4:50 in the morning, pray at 4:50, wash the sleep off of my face, clean up, brush my teeth, clean myself. Then I go for prayer at 5 o'clock in the morning. Pray. I used to meditate and put the two together, but that allowed me to stop being lazy. And I was like, okay, I'm either going to have to pick a time for prayer and then a time for meditation. So you got to acknowledge your weaknesses, guys. If you don't acknowledge it, you will not move past to get to the next level of where you want to be at. Okay. Next step is with your rituals. You have to be consistent with it. And a way to be consistent with it is write it down, put it on your mirror in the morning, put it somewhere you can physically see it, put it in your car, put it at your desk. I have my ritual hanging up at my desk. I have my ritual hanging up in my room, and my ritual in my phone and in my bathroom. So you have to look at these things, and if you don't, it's almost like, you know, the psychology of like when you know you get paid and then you only got a certain amount of money to play with, but you don't want to look in your bank account because you're like, I'm scared and I don't want it to be a number I don't want it to be, so let me just keep swiping. Like, you know, you try to trick your mind to tell yourself to get out the bed in the morning. Trick your mind to tell yourself to stick to that ritual. Learn how to be disciplined and consistent with yourself, and discipline starts with yourself. When you discipline yourself, it doesn't mean say, psh, 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 slap yourself. It doesn't mean cuss yourself out and talk down on yourself. Discipline means saying, no, before I go to bed today, I'm going to record this video. Discipline means that, no, I'm not going to snooze my alarm clock today because I have something to do. I have somewhere to be. I am amazing. I have goals today. The power of I am It's so powerful. We have to start our day off with clear intentions. And as I mentioned, for those who don't know how to start their day off, I know it's not ideal. I know, to be realistic, I know some of us wake up in a very chaotic environment. So for those that do wake up in a very chaotic environment, oh my gosh, you still have a chance. I promise you. You still have a chance to be the greatest version of yourself. Because it's just that instant. It's just that instant in making a decision. Like how you make a decision to jump in your car and go get something to eat. And even though you know the food is not ready yet, or you just know that you just tell yourself that once I go in this car, I'm going to get what I'm going to get because you're so confident about it. Be that confident in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I was not able to be as confident as I am right now if I didn't go through a day of crying yesterday about being ridiculed for covering myself. If I was not able to go through failure for these 2 days of people talking about my religion, or people talking about, why do I want to look like this, or people talking about their opinions of me, if I didn't go through that day or those days of feeling down, I would have never felt this way. And for those that know me and actually experience exactly what they know what I've experienced this week, comment below and relate and let them know, you don't have to stay where we work. I'm just saying, acknowledge the growth in other stories. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through a very, very painful week this week, and I'm still able to come on here and smile at y'all and tell you all that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and that it doesn't matter where you are in life. It doesn't matter who you came from, if you have a dad or if you have a mom, or if they're still here or they're not living. We all have people here willing to help us hold our hand. And if you don't stand up for something and change yourself for the character that was made for you to bring you into your purpose and your passion, you're going to fall for anything. And I'm here to tell you that I'm ambitious queen, and I'm here to stand up for any and everyone and all that I believe. And so if it takes me losing things that don't mean anything to me, or losing things that people think mean something to me, I know that my calling is on a much higher frequency, and that what's for me is what's for me. And we have to always remember that every season have a reason. Every reason has a season. Every season has a reason. However, whatever. My point is, don't get content in your current situation, because I was content. I was content with just identifying with being Muslim and knowing my morals, my values, and my ethics, but I was not content with wrapping my hair. I wasn't content with conforming to looking a certain way because I was told to do so. I know we have a problem when people tell us to do something. You probably have a problem with hearing certain messages come from certain people because it just came from that messenger. Sometimes it's not even the message that we're saying. It's just that we don't want to hear it from that person. So I'm here to tell you that if you feel like you missed out on an opportunity to stand up, it's never too late. Stand up today. Stand up right now. Look deep down inside yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you fell short of? What is it that you sacrificed and told yourself that you didn't need it or you didn't want to do it, but you knew that you were called and you were told and you were chosen to be that person, to be that leader? What if I told you other people were depending on you to be that inspiration to help them get to that level of confidence of where they needed to be? I may not be able to help everyone and touch everyone, but for those that can hear and feel where I'm coming from and to appreciate the journey and to know me from where I came from, I'm from the hood. I am from Pine Hills. You know what I'm saying? So to see growth and transition look as beautiful as it does, oh my God. All praises is due to Allah. I don't look like what I went through. I don't look like my struggle. I don't look like my circumstances. I damn sure don't look like I had 3 children. Black don't crack. I am blessed. And another little key thing I want to say is your mind is the only thing you got control of, and your emotions. And so once I conquered my mind on the inside of my body, everything else transformed on the outside by itself. And so I just chose not to reject the process because it feels so good to be able to be a queen and be identified as one. I used to, wonder how celebrities would have like these celebrities' names and have a real name, or how doctors would have a name and be called doctor, So one of the things that I want to encourage you all is, who are you past the name that you are given? My name is Justine Wayne Noon, but I wanted to know I was more than just Justine Wayne Noon. I'm ambitious queen. So that when you think of ambition, you see me. And when you think of a queen, you see me. And when you see me in my presence, you'll open the door because you know it's a queen. One of the main things I do want to say is, the more reserved I am about my body, the more respect I am getting about myself and from others, because I don't have to flaunt myself. I don't have to throw out myself, because my mind speaks for itself. Bentleys, Rolls Royce, all of those fancy cars, Jaguars, they don't have commercials. So why are you all putting yourself out on Front Street, creating a commercial, creating a trailer for yourself, when you need to have some respect about yourself that allows you to know that you are not less than what you think of? So it all starts in your mind. I'm so full of a lot of emotion to talk to you all about. And I'm just like, it took me so many years to get to this level of greatness, this level of humbleness and purity, this level of happiness with myself, to know that we were made to be much more than survivors and just survive and work, go to school, pay bills, and be in a routine. Our mind needs to be elevated to a higher level that motivates us to be better than what we see, and hell of a lot better than where we came from. So for February 2019, be the change that you want to see in yourself. And when you feel that that process of change is there, and trust me, you will know it, because you'll look at it and you'll feel like change is spinning around you. Don't be content. Don't be content if you feel like everything has been going right. This is the best time in your life. Don't be content in your life of where you are, even if you're happy right now. Even if you're really ecstatic on the growth level of your journey of where you have come from. Keep going, keep growing, keep pushing. There's never a lid to your success. It is only as big as what you see it. So if you just put your faith and your belief and wear that as a suit of confidence and have the armor of God on you, oh my God, nobody can stop you. Everybody would elevate you to a whole higher level. So the leaders that made change happen for us, I know there will never be another Muhammad Ali or Maya Angelou, but you today can be somebody for somebody else. Our ancestors paved the way, and they are still here with us in our spirits to allow us to know that they didn't stop or have someone tell them to stop fighting for us to even have what we have today. So for February 2019 of Black History, I encourage everyone to do something different for yourself, for others, community, and the society that we live in. Be the change that you want to see, and yourself for others, because we need you. I need you. I'm looking for a community of leaders that want to link together, hold hands, and just create and expand and let others know that we are here to elevate, to grind, to create, and to rehabilitate one another into our calling and our passion and our purpose of what and why we are here. So thank you for life. Thank you for love. Thank you for opportunity. I love you. I love you all. And I pray for prosperity, abundance. You are important. You are amazing. You are magnificent. You are strong. You are an important being. And rise above your emotions, the feelings that you feel, into the intelligence of thinking. as it will elevate your mind and strengthen your grind on a whole nother frequency. I like to say consistent vibes, transmitting positive energy. Mind, body, soul is the goal. Morals, values, ethics is the role that balances out life's hard strokes. Ambitious Queen, 2019, week 5. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you felt the passion. I hope you all felt the love. Please comment down below on what it is that resonated with you. Shout out to Socialite again for the lighting. Got me on fleek, and I look forward to you all on this growth process with myself and you all. And let me see your growth process. I'm showing you mine. Let me see yours. And I would love to know that I'm making a difference for you all. And we can link together and make a difference together. And I am not opposed to meeting anyone. I know that I am here on a higher frequency sent from above. So anybody that wants to connect and create and follow their dreams, I'm here. Ambitious Queen, to know me is to love me. And to love me, you must know you. And to know you, you must love you. I love you. Bye. Something to you. Easter moment. Easter moment. Hey. Don't know why.